Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm the Canadian.
Hi, and I'm an American.
Nico and Peter are stuck in a snowbank.
What are we going to talk about?
Tourism.
What's tourism?
I'm not sure. Oh, wait, I think Peter and Nico are here.
Cut to the opening.
Hello, everyone.
Those kids! Guys, don't interrupt the show ever. You were great. You were wonderful. Thank you. We got here on time.
Well, yes, apologies, folks. We were stuck in a snowbank. Nice behind us, giant nuclear tundra, because if you haven't heard, it's Snowmageddon. That's right. A once-in-a-generation storm is barreling its way across the country, straight for western New York and Niagara Falls, including Ontario, Canada.
Waiting for someone to come along and go, that nose, Rudolph. Anyway, that's, there is a storm coming. It actually just started out there with the rain. The lovely rain, and from that we got freezing rain, and then wind, and then 20-degree temperatures, and 100-kilometer-an-hour winds at Lake Erie, and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Don't forget the moose, eh?
Moose, yeah, I know. We got moose. So
We do.
And I want to thank Noah and Lucas, part of our youth program, who came in and filled in for us. I have to tell you that Lucas is. He's very covetous of this hat, so I don't know if I have to get him one. He really liked it.
Now it appears as if our dear blizzard storm is actually interfering with the audio quality here, and yet somehow we're not getting hit by the wind. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick peek at a couple nativity scenes while we figure out how to get the blizzard from destroying our audio equipment. So we'll be right back after this very pretty picture of a T-Rex.
Oh, yes, actually. Yeah, look at that. There's an amazing thing. So all we have to do is, he knows it, see? Nope, just hit the audio twice. There you go. Now, we're going to describe this nativity scene. This is part one of our show. I thought I should put my headphones on. So this nativity scene has numerous characters from popular culture. Do you identify the two individuals playing instruments off to the left?
I do believe that would be Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted from the Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted's...
Excellent Adventure?
What was their second one?
You're asking the wrong person.
Heinous Journey or something, and then Bill and Ted Face the Music. So, there's your phone playing noise, like mine did last week.
Yes.
But then I can see the Vader brothers are in there. The Vader brothers. Look at that, right in there. These are... So, cut back to us for a second there, Julian.
And the blizzard is back.
Oh, that's...
It won't let you.
There you go.
Yes.
Touchdown. It's really cold out there.
It really is, eh?
I know. Eh? What are you doing? You are the American on this show. I'm the one that says and like my moose is loose and stuff like that.
Listen, and Christmas time, and with this much snow barreling towards us, we are all Canadian.
Yes. Okay, so let me see here. We're talking about nativity scenes. So how do we get onto this subject? I know, and as a matter of fact, I did not load those photos for you, but you could talk about it.
Yes. So the it's known as the St. Francis Nativity Museum. Half of it is currently sitting at the Fatima Shrine in Youngstown, New York. The other half is sitting at the Basilica down in Buffalo. And it's Father Roy Herberger, if I remember correctly. He has over 600 nativity scenes, and he's got some really interesting. They're all from all over the world. He has almost every single country, and about half of them are on display right now. So there's about 150 out in. Yes, that place. Fatima Shrine.
Fatima Shrine, okay.
Thank you, Fatima Shrine. And the other half are down in the other 200 are down in the Basilica, but that's still not the full of over 600 that he has. He's been collecting these for decades now. And it's really great. What he's actually looking for is he's looking for a permanent place to exhibit it. So if you actually go on the Fatima Shrine's website, there's some information about Father Roy Herberger's collection, but they are from all over the world, and he's got some really fun ones. The hipster nativity scene where the wise men are on segways delivering Amazon packages. The robot nativity scene sitting on top of a bunch of human skulls. I thought that one was a little interesting. There's one where all of the everyone is played by a sheep. There's one. There's one with all the little Fisher Price little people. There's quite a few Canadian ones. The Canadian ones are actually the nicest. They're chrome plated. Don't ask me why. Canadians get nice chrome plating, but they really are. They're really cool. And if you get the chance between now and January 1st, you will be able to go see them over at Fatima Shrine. It is staying open through New Year's. I wouldn't recommend doing it in the next 2 days because, as we said, Snowmageddon is rapidly approaching. And I feel like we should mention what we're talking about when we say Snowmageddon. So, way back when, in the ancient days of 1977, Buffalo, New York.
I was 18.
Yeah, like we said, the ancient days. Buffalo was hit with the worst storm imaginable, known as the Blizzard of 77. Well, it just so happens they are projecting a similar caliber storm, which has been barreling across the entire continent for the last week and is aiming to hit right on Christmas Eve. And so it starts tomorrow. It's supposed to finish up by Christmas Day. So we are guaranteed a white Christmas, but it is blowing snow, 70-mile-per-hour winds. And if you are out there, don't go out in this storm. They've already shut down portions of the New York State Thruway. There are, a lot of travel advisories and bans going out. We are in a blizzard warning, which is the highest warning that you can get for winter weather.
You haven't heard my mom give a warning.
So stay safe. A lot of people have been getting last-minute shopping done this evening. It's been very busy around town. But if you are watching this on reruns, especially tomorrow or Saturday, please stay safe. Please stay warm. There are, I know over here in Niagara Falls, USA, there are a few different warming centers that will be opening up. If you head over to the City Hall Mayor's page, that information's available right there on Facebook. It's just Niagara Falls, New York City Hall Mayor's Office. You can find all of this information, and they will keep it updated. You can also check your local stations, channels 2, 4, and 7, KBW, IVB, and GRZ, which will keep up on closings and things if you are in the Western New York area. Canada, I'm only familiar with CBC. I don't know what it would be.
Probably the best station in this area, if you're in Niagara Falls, is CHCH TV out of Hamilton. Loran Sabrin, I think, is still up there. There's also CBC and Global Television and CFTO, which was originated in Toronto. One day I'll have to talk about Canadian television because one of our future guests, a friend of mine who used to be the music director on Mamma Mia, is coming down to be with us.
Oh,
and
awesome.
He grew up loving the Western New York culture. He lived in Burlington, which is to the west of Toronto. So, but those are our television stations, and we used to watch U.S. television, and U.S. people remember shows like Mr. Dress Up. You probably don't remember that, but there was Degrassi. Was originally a CBC production. Degrassi Junior High, Degrassi High, Degrassi The Next Generation, Degrassi Part 2. I don't know, but let me see here. Oh, well, I'm getting a message from our control room right now. Julian, if you're bringing it up, you've got to bring up a title. All right. There you go. And then just remember to press the number 1 at the bottom. And he's going to get up our phone number, 716-957-5258. So, that we thought the opening tonight, I want to go back to that for a second here. Where's Noah? You here, Noah? Come on over, buddy. So, Julian, if you can bring this back on, and we'll go back to that nativity set in a second. And we got to kill...
Getting hit by the blizzard!
Oh. Come here. This is Noah. And Noah's been with our youth program, believe it or not, for about 4 years. And how old are you?
I'm 9.
9. Where do you go to school?
Niagara Charter School.
That's cool. And I saw the coolest picture of you singing with another one of our youth here. You were standing together. We call him the Zach Attack. Were you with Zach?
Yeah.
In chorus, right?
Yeah, I was. So we were singing.
That's so cool. All right. So, folks, that's who
Zach,
appeared.
of course.
This is who appeared as Nico. So it's great to have you, Noah. And you excited about Christmas?
Yeah, so excited.
All right. Well, you go enjoy the rest of the evening. You got your stuff here, but thank you for coming on. And thank you for the cold opening for us.
It was great. Very cold, though.
Yeah. It's going to go back on cold opening. What is that? No, he's a great kid. His brother, Lucas, was up here as well. And their brother, Julian, is doing our presentation here. That one, yep. And it may not be working, Julian. Sometimes when we reset, they don't work at all. So we'll just announce the telephone number, 716-957-5258. That number again is 716-957-5258. Okay, so we've seen the dinosaur. Let's see this one. This is the dogs. Ruff, ruff. I went through looking up funny nativity scenes, and I guess dog lovers would find this enjoyable.
I believe I may have to buy this for my girlfriend. Don't think 2-day shipping's going to cut it in this storm, but definitely I think next year I'll have to get this for her. It's
2-day
absolutely,
shipping.
She would love it.
All right, let's see this next one now. And Julian's doing a great job. Julian's one of our very best. I love this
yes.
one. the geese, are they geese?
They are geese, and they are giving birth to the baby Jesus rubber ducky. Yes, it's very important.
Oh, that is so cool. Now, why don't we get a little Canadian flavor here? And let me see here. We get this one that he's putting up, and we're watching him as he's doing it, so he feels pressure. Moose.
It's a moose.
Moose, eh?
Moose.
Moose. Look at the baby moose. Ooh. Baby moose, shepherd mooses, moose. 3 wise moose. Now that's the name of a bar in Canada. It has to be. We're going to have to open it. Let's see. Is there another one there that you got? Oh, yeah. He's got another one. You like this one, too. There it is. Another moose nativity scene.
Let's see, that is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
Moose.
All right. So this is something interesting. Let's bring this one on. This looks... Is this more traditional? Yes, it is. And the angel, I always remember that. We grew up Catholic, and my mother was very particular about her nativity scenes. And we grew up in Toronto, and we had an angel at the top of the manger, and then we had kneeling angels on either side. And then we would get caught when we were kids playing with them like flying angels and taking them out of the nativity and using them for nefarious things. But angels present at the birth of our Lord, always represented by the statues and the wise men there. And then when you get old enough, you start questioning, like, well, wait a minute. The angels were there when he was born. The wise men came a couple of years later, and Christmas packs them all in at once.
We got to keep everything together. Now, that being said, Peter is the notorious... player wither of nativity scenes.
Okay, before you put that one up, don't put that one up yet, okay? And get rid of the noise. Yeah. You know what? We should go brrr every time that happens, because that sounds cold. So anyway, okay, my story. Up in Toronto, I lived very close to the church that I went to, and was very involved in their programming. I was a musician there. I grew up an altar boy, the whole thing. So I was always around the church. So some musician friends and I would always get together at Christmas and play during midnight mass. Midnight mass was the big, well, you're Catholic, right?
Yeah.
So it was the big mass of the year. The church was jammed. And we'd start about a half hour before, and there were 4 or 5 of us who were really talented, I guess. And we put on a program with lots of beautiful hymns beforehand and played the parts of the mass. And so we'd always get together a couple of days early and rehearse through. And this one time we were there, and there was a box of toys. I guess they were leftovers from a toy fund or something. And we found a Yoda 8-ball where you turn it upside down, it gives you an answer, right? And now you know this story, but I think you still anticipate it. You know, it'd be like with a Yoda answer like that, I say yes. And so we thought Yoda was really cool. And we realized that the church's manger scene, the big one they put up front for display, Yoda was proportionate to the wise men. So we put Yoda in with the wise men. And we took a picture, and we were laughing, and we thought it was really funny. And a couple of days later, I get a phone call. I mean, it's just a couple of days before Christmas, all in the week before, and I get this phone call from the pastor, and the priest. He says, "Who is Yoda?" And my mind is like, I say, he's a character from Star Wars. And the first thing he says is, "Why is he in my manger?" And I don't know. I said, he's a wise man. I don't know. But what happened was, the school had gathered for the school mass, which was, they would have a church service before they dismissed for Christmas break. And it was all quiet, and it was going along as normal until some point in the mass, a child looked up and saw Yoda in the manger. And so he goes, "Yoda!" And everybody looks and finally figures out, oh, there's Yoda. And apparently 400 kids are all now, it's like a buzz moving back. Yoda, hey, where's Yoda? And the kids are trying to move up and see Yoda. And they're all excited. I mean, Yoda, and they won't calm down, and the teachers, they're shushing. But the problem is, not the teachers, especially not the priests, know what they're buzzing about. They have no idea that the presence of Yoda in front of them is doing this. So finally, one of the teachers sees it and comes up, and the priest walks over, takes it from him, puts it underneath, and walks back and calms the kids down. So I'm going to hell.
So listen, you spread Christmas cheer to a bunch of kids.
Either that or a lightsaber competition. That was fun. Now, the Catalan, an area in Europe, have a tradition, and I sent you that information, didn't I? I didn't see it on our lead-up notes. But we're going to show you this. It's common in the Catalan region to have a pooper in nativity scenes. I mean, a character that's a pooper. Oh, my Lord. Julian's found several. So we'll just quickly go through them. And this one's a little bit more vulgar. So let's not be vulgar for too long. I mean, but there is one more, I believe. This one actually looks rather like it could fit in if you keep them pointed towards the front. You know, looks like a potential shepherd sitting on a stool, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what a pooper does.
Oh,
what a bad thing. That was not intentional. Don't get mad at me. Don't ask for stool samples, okay? But that is nativity scenes and fun nativity scenes. You want to call in and tell us about something you think is funny about a nativity scene. 716-957-52... It's cold. 5258. 716-957-5258.
I do find it funny, like, the explanations for why Catalan puts those in. And, like, there's some that he's apparently, like, fertilizing the earth. The more popular theory is you make it look like a public official or a celebrity, and therefore you're, kind of humbling them down a couple pegs.
But can you believe it? Like, if I had done something like that, that's why we told the Yoda story, was because in Catalan they're doing this, and with our parents, we would put like G.I. Joe or something.
I mean, you would have fit right in Catalan. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
Right. You have to go to Catalan. Let's go.
Catalan. I don't know. Well, Julian, I think we should cut over to our sponsor. And this will be, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, in about 1 minute and 13 seconds. On the shoreline of Lake Ontario, just east of Wilson, New York, you'll find a sweet spot that combines old world charm with new world vintages. From the rustic elegance of their grounds to the warmth and enchantment of their tasting room, you'll feel a special welcome to Victorienburg Wine Estate, owned and operated by Victoria and Dan Hogue. Award-winning wine is available for tasting, or for a true adventure of pairing, you can savor the wide variety of award-winning chocolate truffles and their suggested wine partners. From the superb traditional wines to specialty vintages infused with chocolate or other delights, there's something for every palate. No setting on the wine trail can match this marriage of vintage and delicacy. Our tasting room is open daily, Sunday through Friday from noon until 5 and Saturday from 11 to 6. Acres of vineyards, patios, rhythmic fountains, and our rose garden entice you to stroll the grounds after tasting our award-winning wines. Find us at 4402 East Lake Road in Wilson, New York, or online at www.victorienburg.com. All right, we're back. Have you been to Victorienburg Winery?
I haven't, but it is very cold here.
I don't have my headphones on. I didn't hear the noise. Is it still there? Oh, I missed it. I like to shiver like a starving child. There it is. Oh, even a Canadian feeling cold.
What in the name of the ice bucket challenge is this? Wow, I just dated myself about 10 years.
I remember that, actually. Mind you, iceberg dead ahead. I remember that, but that was the Titanic.
You too?
Sometimes if I'm on, when I got passengers going on Maid of the Mist, I always, what are we doing here?
We're getting a feedback loop, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, what happened there, Julian? We're losing.
Well. See, you were about to make a Titanic joke, so now I get to talk about how much I love the Titanic.
Well, go ahead.
I'm going to do that because it's Christmas, and I've been doing it all day because Titanic was on last night on TV, and it is my favorite film of all time.
I didn't know it was on last night.
Oh, yeah, it was on Paramount. So it is my favorite film of all time. I love the ship Titanic. I love the movie Titanic. My friend was like, oh, Titanic's stupid. To which I replied, do not say that at me. I am the person who owns replicas of the first, second, and third class China. I have replicas of the rivets. I have coal from the shipwreck. I have 2 different Titanic bells of varying loudness. I built the bow of the ship for a sophomore project for extra credit. I am obsessed with all 882 feet 9 inches of that ship. So I love the Titanic. And it's funny that you bring up when you go to the Maid of the Mist, because when I'm floating around the Maid of the Mist, everything is a Titanic
I've seen
quote.
some of the stuff
it's
you wear.
It's always a Titanic quote.
Well, I always say to people when they're going on the boat, I always say, if you hear someone shout, iceberg, dead ahead, you are in entirely the wrong movie. But that's Maid of the Mist, and they don't hit icebergs.
They don't.
No, they're not allowed to.
There's no ice.
Oh, that's cold.
This is the game that they play.
Oh,
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
All right.
Okay.
So a little bit of Canadian. We can chill there, Julian.
Had your fun.
All right. So we're having a little bit of fun tonight because we've got some of the kids in the studio. We're a little bit more loose.
And also,
than we
it's
normally would
Christmas.
be. Yes.
It's Christmas.
And we don't have any Christmas music or decorations, but we do put green and, oh no, Lucas got hold of them. We normally put the green and red lights in the window, but Lucas has us with a lovely motif of pink and
ice cold blue because of Snowmageddon.
Hang on. Oh, this is great. Lucas's mom just cut in. All right. So yes, Lucas has a mic, and why don't we, Lucas? You want to turn it towards you if you can. No, the microphone itself. You want to get
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas.
Hello.
Did you ever forget to take down the volume on Lucas's camera? Jacques. Yeah. All right.
We're in dark.
So, back to us.
In the cold!
So there we are. And what were we talking about here? Oh, we're talking about Lucas. So Lucas is Noah's brother. And since we don't have Christmas decorations or anything Christmassy other than the cold weather behind us, we got kids. And Christmas is for kids. So there you go. These young people, Lucas has been... There he is. Say hi, Lucas.
Hello.
Yep. No, that's very talkative. You ever notice kids? Well, you know what? I learned this. I have to tell you. When I was a DJ and I would do entertainment, kids would love to play with the mic, and they would go up and play with the mic, and then I knew how to stop it. I would say to them, "Hey, can you say something in it so I can check it?" And I'd be like, "What?" I mean, the kids will not talk. So, Lucas, back to you. Tell me something about your mom at Christmas that she always does.
She likes to.
Oh, wait a minute. Your mic's not on. Julian, talk again?
Talk.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, she likes to like she likes like when like we make cookies. Sometimes like we would like buy cookies and put them out and stuff. Sometimes she would like when we would decorate. She would also help and stuff. Like some of us.
Do you remember anything about a favorite thing at Christmas with your mom?
Not really, because we kind of all like each other's stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Where do you go to school?
Hyde Park.
And what grade are you in?
6.
6. And what do you want to be when you grow up? Nico, right?
I'm thinking of being a police officer.
Ooh, righto.
Excellent. Yeah. You'd be part of Niagara Falls' finest. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you have fun tonight with the opening on the show?
Yes.
It's been a while since you've been here, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember, what do you remember about doing things with us? Like, what are some of the, you talked about one of them. It's cold again. Whew. But it's back on us now. So we're talking to Lucas. So what do you remember working with us over the last few years? Some of the fun stuff. You talked about one thing today. What do you remember?
I usually like to do the lights.
Right?
So I would be like the light person during the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of be controlling the lights. Today I'm not.
Right now your brother's teasing you by running them behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty. But what else do you remember? Do you remember you said about what did we do outside the school?
We did this video of on the street of like dead bodies and stuff. I forgot what it is.
Sorry, what?
It was chalk outlines like the
Yeah,
police do
like-
when there is a body.
Yeah.
And we were doing an ad for Sammy's Pizza, and we thought it'd be really great to to have one kid, and I think it was Lucas or Noah said, "I like Sammy's because their drivers don't run me over." And I remember that because I just saw the video of the Zach attack, our little guy Zach, coming out of the high school locker. So, what else do you remember?
We'd always kind of like chill. Me and my older brother would kind of just like walk around the school. We would like take a camera. We would act like we were recording stuff.
Right.
Like we would act like the school was like haunted or something.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like make it like a fun little game or something. We would
Until
do.
the ghost scared you back, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Do you remember what we used when you had to go to the washroom was on the other side of the building? Do you remember what we used to communicate?
We used walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Do you remember your call sign?
I don't think I had a call sign.
No? What was mine?
Fluffy something. I forgot.
Fluffy Unicorn.
Fluffy unicorn.
It was funny. It was really funny.
Awesome. Well, you're going to be sitting in with us for a little bit, so sit tight. We're going to go back to Nico and I, because we're going to
In the freezing cold!
Okay. I think Julian's enjoying like playing us like puppets. you
Yeah,
know?
that's obviously,
All right.
that's what happens when you put someone on tech. That's...
Yeah, but he opens all the windows.
I'm gonna have to go
when he
grab
does
my
that.
other coat now. Thought the snow wasn't supposed to start hitting till 7 a.m. tomorrow.
All right. Well, that's enough, young man. Okay. So, Julian, can you bring up the images from in the same thing there? Just Christmas. Okay.
Just Christmas.
This is my Canadian portion tonight. This is this is something in Canada. It's in Niagara-the-Lake. It's on Queen Street, which is the main drag down there. It is called Just Christmas, and they have, he's just going to bring up a variety of pictures. They have every type of ornament and wreath, and as you can see, decoration imaginable. But what's really cool is they have them for everyone. They have a school bus driver one, and they have a ballet one, and they have a hockey player one, and they have music ones, and they can be tree decorations, they can be wall decorations. This place is stacked, and it's open year-round. And they play Christmas music year-round, so I'm hoping the staff gets danger pay for that. But, man, because I know it's hard when you're working in a store over just the regular Christmas. This is actually, he's almost got it. He's got to bring back up the Just Christmas front. There you go. Nope.
The other one. The other one.
Yes. Okay, so the look at that. That's the front of the building, and they're on Queen Street in Niagara on the Lake. As I said, open year round. Probably not. Oh, not on Christmas. But they're really a cool place, and we'll put up a panel here if you want to kind of look them up. They also do online, etc. And they'll be open till 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve. But they're just good people. 34 Queen Street. It's right near the main junction where Prince of Wales Hotel is on one corner. And then I think they're like 3 doors down towards the western side of the town. So just a great place to visit, especially if you've got someone who is into something, whether it's a hobby or a sport. You can usually find it all there, or they can order it. But
that is really cool. We don't have a lot of, we have Dave's Christmas Wonderland. So
right.
there used to be one here at the outlet mall. That one's since closed. So now it's just the main one down on Union and Cheektowaga. And that's a huge, giant Christmas store. But it's a little different than this. It's basically a giant, freezing tundra of Christmas trees.
Man. So, there you go.
Eventually this joke will get old, Julian.
It's getting old, Julian. Like me.
He's thinking it's funny. He's not out here in the cold.
Yeah. The frozen tundra behind us.
Frozen food section at top.
We're in an ice freezer. But yeah, from the Canadian perspective, Niagara on the Lake is a lovely place. And I have to say that going shopping at Christmas or before Christmas, I don't know, you can go to a department store, or you can go someplace where it's got some character and the people know what's in the store, etc. And so that's kind of fun. Let's cut over to Lucas. Where do you like to shop for Christmas, buddy?
I don't know. I don't usually shop for Christmas.
No?
Where do you like shopping in general?
Probably like Walmart.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, now
Walmart has like everything.
Walmart has everything, and there are stories of my friend group when they were so I was fresh out of college. I have this big wackadoodle, very eccentric friend group. Apparently, now I was not there, so I get to tell this story because I'm not incriminated in this. They spent 4 hours playing hide and seek in the Walmart, which the size of a Walmart. So imagine playing hide and seek in the middle of an active Walmart.
That would have been fun.
It would be. I wouldn't recommend it. Walmart does not approve.
Really?
Yeah.
They got like a
Dang.
sign?
Yeah, it's right in between, like no cussing, no spitting, no playing hide and seek.
It's okay to wear overalls and a thong on your head, People at Walmart.
Listen, that is the American tradition.
It really is. Shopping, Christmas shopping, Canadians love shopping year-round here in the U.S., especially in the Niagara region.
Yes. There's always, and it's kind of cool because we mentioned this a couple of weeks back, but back in October when they lifted the majority of restrictions, the Canadians are back, and it's great seeing them, and it's great because it's basically our entire economy when it comes to shopping is Canada coming here on our side.
Well, we love the sales tax we collect, and generally the sales and the impact on stores. It's funny because in Canada, they got Target about a decade ago.
And it did not do well.
It collapsed. I mean, it died. Yet you come here, go to Target parking lots, all Canadians.
It's funny because it's like all the Americans go to Canada to eat, and all the Canadians come here to shop.
Yeah.
So that's the trade.
My favorite, we're going to do a feature on the Canadian side in a future episode about IKEA. And if you've ever gone, you haven't gone to an IKEA.
I've never gone
So
to
we're
an
not doing
IKEA.
it until I take Nico to an IKEA.
Oh no,
And-
he's gonna blind test me. He's gonna
Oh yeah.
suddenly get pulled over in customs. I have a blindfold on. No, it's part of the video, officer.
Any comments yet? I haven't been following because I'm afraid I'm going to knock out.
We've been a little quiet. No comments.
right.
Thank you to
No
those
comment,
that
please.
are viewing, that are watching our show.
Yep.
And if you are watching this on rerun, please feel free to comment. We read the comments at all times.
Cut to Lucas. He's goofing around. I'm loving it.
Oh, see, you told him to, and now he's saying no, please don't, no.
We have a lost child here. He answers to Lucas. Where's his mom? His mom should call in.
Come on, no.
716-957-5258.
Righto. Come on, he's got that like YouTuber vibe, that Twitch live stream, like
Yeah.
playing some Minecraft.
Oh, he's brilliant. I mean, he's a good kid, man. And he and all his brothers are. They're a smart bunch.
The thing is, I actually play Minecraft.
Oh, we need your mic on. Sorry.
You do play Minecraft?
Yeah.
I was in high school. Was I in high? I think I was in high school when Minecraft came out.
I was applying for AARP. Go ahead.
I can't believe how far they've came with Minecraft.
It's crazy. Like when I look at from like my friends used to play it in high school to what it is now, I'm like, whoa, this is like they built they built so many replicas of the world in Minecraft, and there's like one of the things they did, they're trying to basically build the equivalent of the Library of Alexandria in Minecraft with all of the books. So like someone figured out, in fact, this was interesting. I think it was during the it was in one of the countries where there was a free speech thing going on. But in the Cold Lands, they actually, the way they were able to skirt to get news through was they would put it into Minecraft. Like they would make buildings and like block by block build the news articles so that because Minecraft wasn't blocked in that country, but all the news sites were, that's how they skirted around. Someone would like publish block by block rewriting the news stories to these people.
Oh man, that's cool.
And it's like, the freedom fighting in, Minecraft. It's kind of fascinating how modern technology. I was just telling the kids earlier, when I was young, none of this existed. None of this, I was talking about, you've got mail and things like that. And then, I was like, yeah, you had a camcorder. You put a VHS tape into it and you'd press
8mm?
it. And you had 8mm.
We had film. My parents had the film camera. There is a video of me somewhere with a army hat, Luger in my hand doing a Russian dance. But, I mean... I'm sure that was somewhere when I was in a fraternity. I don't know. But actually, it was probably when I was around 7. Where were we now? I mean, other
We were talking
than
about
here-
IKEA and
Yes.
shopping.
the
And last-minute Christmas
experiences. Yeah, that's right. And last-minute Christmas shopping. Let's go over to Lucas. What do you want last minute, Lucas?
I would like a Roblox gift card.
A Roblox gift.
What are you buying, Nico?
About that.
Yeah.
Semi-automatic fork.
Semi-automatic fork.
I think I should buy him a machine gun because
No,
he likes
no.
to serve my finger.
No!
Self-cleaning chicken.
Yes, I like that.
All right.
You see, Peter knows what I want for Christmas.
Oh, I want a warmer coat when I'm in here.
What I really want for Christmas is to not have to shovel 7 feet of snow.
Yeah, we're on the verge of a very large weather system. And when you learn to drive, Nico, and I'm just kind of delving into weather here, who taught you, or whoever taught you to drive, what did they tell you about winter driving?
So, fun fact about this, because I have a great story about fail. In fact, today's the 22nd, so tomorrow will be the 9th or 8th or 9th anniversary of me failing my road test.
Excellent.
The first time I took my road test, it was December 23rd. Someone was tailgating me. I made a 30-mile-per-hour turn with no brake. Which was great. So that was an instant failure. And it was mainly, I was in my own head. The weather was fine. There was nothing. But the second time I had to take my road test, so this was the redeem it. And I had a driving instructor at Stevens Driving School. And shout out to Milton if you're still floating around. You were a great instructor. I was just terrible in stress. But the second time I took it was February. We were in the middle of there was a storm front. There was a jackknife school bus in the middle of the road. There was snow banks everywhere. I got a perfect score. because apparently I can drive in anything as long as people aren't tailgating me.
Well, yeah, but that's man.
But that's it. And it was funny because the DMV, the person who was administering the test actually said I was one of the safest winter drivers he's ever seen. Because I am. I take winter driving very seriously. I'm a defensive driver. I take all those defensive driving courses and all of that, make sure that I am, following those rules. But there's the thing, how many times you skid out on ice, and it's like, okay, you turn into the skid, just ease off the brake, let it. In fact, right in front of Sammy's Pizza, I didn't crash into it, but I went into that intersection, and I was like, uh-oh, right, the light had gone red, I'm skidding, so I just turned right onto the side street there, or turned right onto Pierce. I'm like, it's good. And I just kept driving. It was like, it's fine. But yeah, there was.
You got the adventure of a driver's test. No, that was cool. I remember my very first time driving in snow. I was 16, and we were visiting someone about 4 hours north of Toronto. Whoa, it felt like that too. And on the way back, my dad said, "Hey, I'll let you drive home." So I started driving from where we left, and we're up north of Barrie, Ontario, and snow hits. Barrie is like Buffalo. It gets appropriately named. It's buried in snow. Anyway, so I'm driving along. My father is in the front seat sleeping. My mother's in the back. My father's been sleeping since I went to the wheel. So I kind of leaned back to my mother and whispered, should I pull over and wake Dad? And she says, no, just keep going and see how you feel. So I'm driving the way, cautious the whole bit, remembering everything Dad taught me. And my dad's still sleeping. So we get past Barrie and we're heading down towards Toronto. And then and all of a sudden, the snow breaks, and now the road is wide open and clear. So and that actually happens if you're driving north of Toronto. It's Highway 88, and it's just before 89, of course. And when you hit there, that's where the snow belt ends, like with Buffalo, where you've got that distinct, like, yurdle snow there.
It is so distinct in Buffalo. Yeah. I mean, last week we got some snow. I was down over at Deauville, the Kevinoki Theater, and it was whiteout conditions. And then I just drove up to Parkside Candy, which is just on the north end, you just hop on the Skajackwada, and it was clear as, like, no snow. And I'm like, this is the same city. It was like, this block, doom. This block, whatever, Merry Christmas.
Well, and it's the same thing with those delineations. And as soon as I clear the snow and the road's dry, I'm accelerating a bit. My dad is in the very same position he's been in for 2 hours. And all I hear him say is, slow down. And my dad had been awake the whole time. And afterwards, my parents had talked about it, and my dad had told my mom that if I suggested not driving in the snow to let me, so that I gain confidence, because he says, if I had switched out with you, you would never have confidence in the snow. It'd be like that. Anyway, we got Lucas over there, and what's funny is this is what happens when you got how old are you, Lucas?
Actually, I'm 11, and I'll turn 12 on June 20th.
That's actually, though, right? How about reasonably? How about perceptually?
Technically.
Anyway, but he's over there, and we're watching him, and like we're talking, doing a joke. What's Lucas doing? He's blowing in the mic, seeing what it sounds like, making
He's
sounds,
creating the
soundscape with the mic
of winter. Meanwhile, our tech producer over here is having a bit too much fun.
Oh, one of the Catalan poopers. Okay, we've seen that one already. Thank you. He says he doesn't give a.
You want to know what this reminds me of actual Christmas. This is what Christmas is like.
Yeah,
I feel
crazy.
like this is our family. This
It is.
The only thing is someone needs to throw a fit because they're losing at Monopoly.
Oh, really? I was in. Oh, I didn't tell you. I was in the gift shop on Goat Island the other day, and the staff had broken out one of their games. They had this Birdopoly, and I guess it's a bird watcher's version of Monopoly. Now, my daughter and her mom and I used to play Horseopoly because my ex was a horseback riding instructor, and so I guess I have versions of Monopoly for everything.
Have you ever played Niagara Falls Opoly?
No, but I've heard of it.
I've played it. I have a version. So we made Niagara Falls. Like, we had Niagara Falls Opoly. When that board game came out, I was like, I need it immediately because it's Niagara Falls, New York. And it has things like DiCamillo and the Maid of the Mist and the Observation Tower and like DeVoe and like Whirlpool State Park and Dee Dee's Dairy and like all the cool local stuff. But I was playing with my friends, the same friend group that, hide and seeks in Walmart. And they have a tendency to stand up and walk away from the board in the middle of a board game, which is kind of a no-no. Like, I gotta go run off to use the bathroom, and it's their turn. And like someone lands on their property. And what ends up happening is someone lands on their property, and what we decided, and by we, as I'm freezing, oh no, there's nothing left but the snow. What we just ended up deciding on doing, because I was annoyed they had stepped away for like the third or fourth time, is eminent domain the property. So if they're not there to collect the rent, if they stepped away, we count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If they're not, the banker seizes control of the property and auctions it off to the highest bidder. So then we made an entire version of this game where not only we had eminent domain, there was a mayor, there was a city council, there was a police force, there was the fire department, there was the school district, and everyone had specific rules and every player could do a specific thing. We had a person who was in charge of all 60,000 stray cats. It was...
We have more cats than humans in this city.
Yes, that was, so about, if you're wondering what we're talking about, this was about 8 years ago. There was this story that broke that one of our members of city council at the time had gotten in hot water because they were threatening to throw citations at anyone who fed the stray cats because there were more stray cats than there were people in the city. I don't know if that number is still accurate. That was, almost probably 10 years ago. It was just like the funniest story because it's like, yes, you might get a fine from the city government because you fed a stray cat and they've become too powerful. It's right up there with the same thing as there was a deer that broke into Wegmans one year, or the one on Military Road.
Oh, yeah.
Like a deer just like bust right into Wegmans. And I'm like, that's it. It's the start of the deer invasion. They're angry that they're hunting us. They're that we're hunting them. They're gonna hunt us. And it became this huge bit that I was like, yep, the deer are slowly, they're forming a deer army to take over. And everyone in high school said I was crazy.
Antler dance.
I didn't know about the moose back then. Now I know about,
moose.
now I know. The world is really controlled by the moose.
I think we should cut over to Lucas because he needs it. Lucas,
What?
what's up?
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a child sitting there knowing nothing to say. He's cute, isn't he? If you got a daughter who's 11 going on 12, would you let her go for ice cream with this guy? I mean, he's adorable. He's, oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, there he is, he's trying to talk in his mic, not knowing what to do. There he is. Also, no, Lucas, I want you to take off your headphones for a sec. Before you do it, you can hear me. All right, I want you to look straight at the camera for just a moment, okay? And like normal, don't put on like you're pooping. There, that's better. Now, when you drive by Sammy's Pizza, okay, and you look at they did a beautiful mural in front of Sammy's and on the side with Niagara Falls. And when you look up there, you'll notice young Sammy. No, will you get that out of there? Oh, folks, we got to get the show back on track after New Year's. The kids are running the whole thing. All of a sudden, the poop's up there. I mean, like, Julian, we don't want to... No, seriously, we don't want to show that anymore.
We're getting flagged by the FCC.
So let's... The FCC doesn't control us. Anyway, so look at Lucas, and you'll think he is the spitting image of young Sammy, the lowest level up there. He's the third down because he's the youngest. But when you look at Lucas, he looks like a young Sammy. So now we're going to get a picture of that and show it. And we're going to show that, we're going to say that's Lucas up there.
What?
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that? It's
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
God.
we're good there, Julian. We really,
I think we are okay on the pictures.
Are we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to
okay,
this.
that's it. Majority vote now. You've been outvoted, Julian. You've been voted off the island.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't work like that because he's got the controls. But
YouTube is gonna come at us.
who's down?
YouTube's
who's
gonna
down
get mad
in
at
the
us.
bottom in front of? Because I don't have my glasses on, but who's sat in the bottom in front of the T-Rex?
I can't tell.
I think it's Groot.
No, it's definitely this has to be from the
Is
80s.
it He-Man or something?
No,
I don't
it
know.
doesn't look like
Wasn't there
it's
some?
definitely something aggressively 80s.
All right. And of course, that's Deanna Troy and
Nico is
Riker.
now frozen. That's insane.
Thank you. We now return you to your regularly scheduled nativity scene with a Tyrannosaurus Rex in it.
What a beautiful ad.
We don't need the geese
What a-
again.
what
Thank
a-
you. Oh,
We
forget the
need
geese.
Oh,
the
my-
geese, the goose,
The goose.
the gosling.
I
think-
think
Ryan
it's
Gosling.
7:55. I think we better do our closing comments.
Our
and farewells.
farewells,
So
our Auf Wiedersehens.
he keeps this going. All right. So why don't we bring Julia? Why don't we bring Lucas back up, and we're gonna let Lucas say his closing comments and what he. Please stop it. The show's not going this way, Julian. We're letting you have fun tonight.
It's Christmas, Peter. It's
I know,
Christmas.
and I want to
You
give them
gotta
away.
believe in the spirit of Christmas.
Oh, humbug! All right, let's bring back. Okay, we're done. Let's bring back Lucas because I want him to tell us his favorite Christmas memory.
Getting presents.
Yes, that is the only correct answer.
All right. All right. So,
The gift that keeps on giving.
but these
getting
are
gifts.
What do you say, Nico? What do you got to say for Christmas coming up?
What do I have to say? What do I have to say? What do we say things?
We do.
have-
We're communicators.
Are you telling me that this is a podcast?
No, I'm telling you this is a zoo with a T-Rex.
That's why I mean, nativity, zoos, they're basically the same thing. No, I mean, Christmas
Julian,
is...
can we kill this?
Christmas is my, I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. And, it's going to be interesting because blizzard landing on Christmas, it's definitely going to be one that
Oh.
we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we won't end up being frozen popsicles come next week so we can come back on. No promises. We're going to be bunkered. What's really going to we're going to be bunkered down in the studio. It's going to be the only thing it's going to be the only one left with electricity. But no, we hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday season. It's a great time of year, and it's been so much fun having the kids here, kind of just having some time to actually play around on the
Yeah.
show.
Oh, it's
we
been
don't
great.
get to be silly like this. Most of the time we're very serious and we're talking about Niagara Falls.
I think he's drowning.
Yeah, hey, thank you. He's just glub 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 glub. We're freezing. He's drowning. The place is on fire.
Wait, I don't think water and fire work together.
I don't know. You'd be surprised.
Well, sometimes they do if you have Department of Public Works and a few firefighters.
Shout out to our DPW workers who are going to
Yes.
be out during this storm. Shout out to all of you.
Please.
Shout out to State DOT who's going to be out during this storm. Shout out to all those people who are going to be out. Our first responders out keeping us safe. And please stay warm, stay safe, and have a wonderful Christmas, everyone.
And my final comments are when Julian's mom is looking for him, I am not showing her where I'm hiding the body.
We should have had Christmas music.
No, we've got a closing video, but he's so busy trying to keep this sound.
Jingle bells,
I was about to-
jingle all the way.
One
what
and
fun
it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey!
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey! Merry Christmas, everybody!
On the shoreline of Lake Ontario, just east of Wilson, New York, you'll find a sweet spot that combines old world charm with new world vintages. From the rustic elegance of their grounds to the warmth and enchantment of their tasting room, you'll feel a special welcome to Victorianburg Wine Estate, owned and operated by Victoria and Dan Hogue. Award-winning wine is available for tasting, or for a true adventure of pairing, you can savor the wide variety of award-winning chocolate truffles and their suggested wine partners. From the superb traditional wines to specialty vintages infused with chocolate or other delights, there's something for every palate. No setting on the wine trail can match this marriage of vintage and delicacy. Our tasting room is open daily, Sunday through Friday from noon until 5, and Saturday from 11 to 6. Acres